Hello, welcome back to Bionic Commando, where we start the worst level in the game.
Why is it the worst? Nobody asked.
Well, I guess thank you for asking, person who didn't want to know, but asked anyway, like the dumbass he is. Because it all takes place down here.
Yeah, that's a pretty good description of Ozzy, I think.
Well, anyway, this entire level is a bottomless pit.
Oh,
You have to swing
Okay,
over.
that would suck.
And worst of all, you have to swing all the way to the right, then swing all the way to the left. Oh, did I mention?
Fun.
Oh, did I mention this level's required? Because this level is required.
That makes it all the better.
Does any of the optional missions in this game have similar levels like this?
We've already done all the optional stuff.
Oh, really? So everything here on is required?
Yes. The only places you're required to go are Area 5 for the beta communicator, Area 8 for the cutscene with Ryle and the permit, Area 9 to get the gamma communicator, Area 10 to get the cutscene where Super Joe gets moved, Area 12 right now, which is...
I can see you just, like, sweating right here trying to make this jump.
Yes. Well, anyway. Well, after that, it's Area 12 to get the weapon here, which gives me access to Area 13 to rescue Super Joe. And the weapon also gives me access to the final communicator in Area 15, which leads to Area 16, the final levels.
Sounds like a
So
plot.
yeah, you're only required to go into the 8 or 9 areas.
So only half of the game is actually required.
But you saw how much of an advantage I got for doing all those optional stuff first.
You got more health, a better weapon. Yeah, nice stuff.
Apparently the Albatross project seems to be a giant nuke. Oddly direct for a super weapon, but
Makes sense.
can't argue against it. Oh, and another reason why I hate this level, these stupid things. They're just annoying to shoot. They keep
Hey,
going
at
up and
least it
down.
sounds like a bad supernatural horror, not supernatural, but you know,
If you say
super
wife for an
nature
arm.
movie where like the solution to save the world and stop the giant massive earthquake is about to happen is a nuclear weapon.
We already went over this. That was shark level science. We are not speaking of that here.
Avoid the Roombas and Pluto?
Yeah. Well, I've already shot Blue a few times, so...
It looks more like Karnoff to me.
Ozzy doesn't pay attention.
Well, he's covered in protective fat and armor, so...
If they really wanted to make me happy, they could have named him a Bobo and I would have just said, yes!
A different company, I think.
Really?
Even if they did that, you wouldn't have noticed they did it, and you wouldn't care.
Well, considering that usually in order to know the enemy names, I either have to beat the game and then there's a cast roll, or the names are in the manual. In which case, I'll never know.
Nothing in this game has a name, I don't think, except for Hitler's exploding head, which is not in this game. Yeah,
So
No!
I'll be honest,
probably name
We
these
must see
enemies
exploding
ourselves. Okay.
I'll be honest, that's the only advantage the AES version has. You get to see 8-bit Hitler's head explode.
And then in Rearmed, you actually get to see it in HD.
You can see the eyeballs flying and the blood everywhere.
Satisfying, I'm sure.
Oh, it super is.
Yeah, I already did
What?
enough rearm play on my own. I've
I
almost got
thought
up to
about
100%.
Rearmed. I saw a cell that basically packaged Rearmed 1 and 2 together.
Actually, I've almost beaten 100% on rearm 2. I've beaten every level on hard mode with prestige, no jumping.
Question: when I read about Rearmed 2, I saw a lot of internet flack for 2.
It was alright. It was not very good either, but it was alright. It was another attempt for them to try and explain what the hell's going on in Wife for an Arm.
Wait, they were actually trying to explain as to why they needed to go away for an arm in that game?
Yes, and why the Wife for an Arm is actually a significant detail.
Capcom.
Would you like to hear their explanation?
Not really.
I don't think
Please, I want to hear it.
Game, go ahead.
Alright, well, bionic limbs can only be attached to certain people. You can't just attach anyone's arm to your arm. If you do that, you go crazy. Believe me, you see some guy take 3 limbs off other guys and attach them to himself.
So the person needs to be compatible. It's not genetic, is it? Because otherwise,
Well,
you
that's how Raz works. Is that
should be like father for an arm or mother for an arm. Why?
well,
So there has to be a strong emotional connection, is what you're trying to say?
I don't know. It's fucking it's Wife for an Arm. Do you explain that?
Nanomachines.
Not even nanomachines could explain that.
Yes, they could.
Anyway,
And even then, the nanomachines were like, "Well, sorry, we were really fucking drunk that day."
the Vulcan M274 is the best gun in the game, in my opinion.
Rapid fire?
It's a triple shot weapon. Fires straight up, straight down, and straight ahead for a shorter range.
Interesting.
It's basically the 3-way from the NES game, but with a damage buff, which actually makes it worth using now. And because a lot of enemies actually have, different ways of coming at you, it's actually worth using now.
Well, any type of weapon that gives you an additional trajectory of fire is always appreciated.
I don't understand what kind of obstacle must be that you cannot destroy with grenade launcher, but you can destroy with machine gun.
It's a Vulcan. It's a logical obstacle.
You just threw Spock at it, and he reasoned with it, and it decided to leave.
Oh my
Anyway.
fucking god, that hurts my brain.